Hello, I'm Dr. Clint Sexton with Naperville Integrated Wellness, and today I want to talk about IBS, or Irritable Bowel Syndrome. So IBS is a condition that you don't diagnose this by a blood test or imaging like an MRI or doing a colonoscopy or endoscopy. It's not diagnosed that way. There's certain criteria that need to be met in terms of what your symptoms are, how long you've had them, how frequently they occur. This is referred to as what we call some of the Rome criteria. You can find more details on that in the blog. But it's basically a condition where the main emphasis is that it seems to impact more the large intestine or the colon as opposed to the other aspects of the digestive system. So we have problems with gas or bloating or loose stool diarrhea or constipation or a combination of both. So it's really affecting more of the lower bowel. Now, things that are going on upstream, further up in the digestive system, will have a significant impact on what the colon is going to do. So when I look at this as a functional disorder of the bowel, I like to look at the systems that would cause or lead to these problems we're seeing with how the gut is controlling itself. So those main divisions would be, we have the nervous system, and we have the immune system, and then we have hormones, or the endocrine system. So when we go to the nervous system, we have several things involved. So we have the brain, and then with the brain being connected to the gut through the vagus nerve. The digestive system has its own separate nervous system called the enteric nervous system. And then we have our autonomic nervous system, which has two divisions, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic. Sympathetic does not help digestion, that makes it worse. Parasympathetic is our rest and digest part of the nervous system, so that helps. So we have, even within just the nervous system, we have these different parts of it that are going to influence each other. So then we will go into the next major regulating system in the body, be the immune system. So with that, this is where we're looking at things like food sensitivities or food allergies, or maybe IBS was triggered in your system because of a virus infection or bacterial infection, or something else with the immune system that has started this process. So we would throw in conditions like having a leaky gut would have some involvement certainly with the immune system with this. Or if we had an overgrowth of organisms in the bowel, let's say we had SIBO, S-I-B-O, small intestine bacterial overgrowth, that overpopulation of organisms in the small intestine can contribute to a lot of these symptoms and have a negative impact on what the immune system is doing. So I tend to put organisms in the immune system category. The last would be hormones or the endocrine system. So for under stress, for example, which can make IBS worse, that's going to affect not only the nervous system, but the immune system, but also hormones. So you might have changes in how much cortisol your adrenal glands are releasing, and that can affect how the gut's going to work. Changes in how thyroid hormone is working can influence the gut itself, the nervous system of the gut, and the immune system of the gut. There may be changes that occurred with other hormones, like using birth control or starting some other type of hormone replacement therapy, or maybe you have a lot more difficulty just during certain parts of the menstrual cycle. So we're looking more at the hormonal component of this. So with these three major modulating systems of the body that are all going to have an impact on the gut, and it's not unusual to see all of these involved with IBS. So for example, with a lot of IBS individuals that I see, they also tend to have a little more difficulty, let's say, with anxiety, which again would throw us right back to the nervous system again and the brain. So there's a lot going on between the brain and the gut, and that's going to tie into the immune system and into our hormones. So it's very much a functional bowel disorder. So we have to look at all these other systems and how they're going to alter the function of how the gut is going to work itself. So hopefully you found this helpful, giving you just some different viewpoints on how you look at this and the kind of systems that can be involved. So for more details on this, check out the blog. Thank you.